I'm not used to getting up when it's dark out. I know we're headed that direction, but yeah, I could do without that. Anybody else voting with me here on this one? And I just saw my neighbor take off on his bike with his little flashing light going. So there we go. Now we've got Instagram up and running. Let's come back to where we belong. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy, what is it? Friday. Yes, because it's Scarlet Day. It's Scarlet Day. So getting ready to tootle off for Menominee and see how my baby is doing and see if she's over the cold she gave me. Let's see what we have on the docket for today. So, yeah, let's take a couple of nice deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Driving your roots down into Mother Earth from the soles of your feet and the base of your spine, anchoring and grounding yourself right here, right now. Ready to receive this message from today. And this is a message, one of those messages that kind of says, slow down, take a moment. Good morning, Barb. You're the first one here this morning. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. To take a pause and to reconnoiter with ourselves. Where am I at? What am I grateful for? What's going well? Welcome to whoever else is here. Glad you popped on. Just giving ourselves that momentary pause. And we're going to be talking about ways to cue this, because when we jump into our busy day, a lot of time we get to the end of the day, we fall in bed and we go, what happened today? Where did today go? When we can take these pauses for gratitude, I think it helps slow the pace down a bit so that we can actually enjoy the day instead of zooming through it. So let's do a little tapping and a little more breath just to help ourselves ground right here in this moment. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Wiggle your neck a little bit, see if there's any snap, crackle, pop in there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm noticing how my routine has been thrown off this week by having worker bees around. Yes, walks can be very reorienting. They put you in the position of pausing and of noticing things, hopefully of noticing things. One of the things that I found over the years with walking is I have to remind myself to slow down. Now, as I'm getting older, not so much, because the knees don't want to keep up that fast. But otherwise, if I was walking with a group of people, all of a sudden I was out front. If I was walking with a friend of mine, all of a sudden I was out front. I just would get into that churn of getting things done. So taking a walk where you're mindful is a great thing. Yes, thank you for that one, Barb. Show you my little Believe cup today. Our card deck today is the Higher Intuitions Oracle deck by Kristy Robinett and Johna Gibson Bowman. And our specific card for today is the turkey. And everybody's going to say, well, that's a little bit early. Turkeys are around all the time. In fact, one of them walked in front of me the other day. It was a whole, there was probably 4 or 5 of them, all females. But they just strolled across the street, and I'm like, that's fine, I'll wait for you. There you go. I get it. I totally get it. Paying attention to your body and what's called for. What's called for. So the word underneath the turkeys is blessings. Blessings. So let's read this one. Turkey, blessings. Keyword, blessings, gratitude, and thanks. Blessings, gratitude, and thanks. Wouldn't that be a lovely way to leave a conversation or to leave a visit with somebody? Blessings, gratitude, and thanks. I love that. The quote is from William Arthur Ward. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. I like that. That makes the point. It is a perfect opportunity to create peace within your soul so that the gratitude is pure and that there is forgiveness from the past by looking at the now and then creating the future. Begin a new tradition. Maybe create a gratitude tree and write down a few things that you are grateful for each day and hang it on the tree as a reminder. Can you imagine having a whole shrub or tree or bush or something in your yard where you've tied on all of these little thank you prayers? Wouldn't that be cool? Go around your dinner table and express thanks, not just on Thanksgiving. Create a gratitude journal. Whatever way you want to express your gratitude, to spotlight your blessings, do it so that there is a constant reminder around you so that you can see that you are blessed even when you feel otherwise. Even when you feel otherwise. Because, again, as we've talked about, our brains were evolutionarily wired to focus on what's wrong, that had survival value. That penchant continues, even though it doesn't serve us all that well anymore. So, excuse me, we need to use our cortex to override that brainstem kind of thing and put ourselves consciously in the position of looking at what is going well. That's how I always start my coaching sessions with people. What's going well in your life? And people, if I forget to ask, they'll say, wait a minute, aren't we going to do the what's going well in my life? Because they will have stopped and thought ahead, knowing that I'm going to ask them. They create their list. What I hope is that becomes more habitual. They do that often. I have quite a few clients who will every night do a gratitude list. 3 things that they're grateful for from the day. Nice way to end the day. Can also be a nice way to start your day. What are some things I'm grateful for before I even get out of bed, right? When we put that kind of a spin on our life, on our day, can you see how the day is going to go differently? You're putting on the perspectacles. Thank you, Glennon Melton Doyle, for that. Putting on the perspectacles of gratitude, you're going to be much more likely to see it than when you're right. So how can you gear yourself toward gratitude right here, right now? And that doesn't mean Pollyanna-ing things. You can certainly acknowledge pieces of things that aren't going well, put them in the God jar, because that also then sends the intention that I'm open for some assistance with this. I don't have to fix it all myself. I can allow divine intervention to help me out here. And maybe whatever this thing is that's bugging me needs to hang around for a little bit until I learn what I'm supposed to be learning from it. Ask for help with that too. Help me figure out what it is you want me to know about this, because I ain't getting it. It's not clear to me. What am I meant to be learning here? So, blessings and gratitude. Blessings and gratitude. Just make that your mantra today. Blessings and gratitude. Blessings and gratitude. So, when I'm bouncing my granddaughter, my hands are falling off because arthritic hands and holding babies are not a great mix. Remembering why they're hurting in the first place, because I'm holding this darling little bundle of joy, even when she's crabby, even when she's crabby. So, what about for you? Can you find some good in the difficulties? Can you find some joy in the struggles? No one ever promised us life was going to be easy. And oftentimes I've found the most valuable things I've learned have come from the difficulties, not from the, if we sail through life, we aren't tempering our metal very well, are we? We get to then if we hit a difficulty, we don't have much to draw on. If we've had some things to navigate in our lifetime, it becomes much easier to draw on those lessons to help with whatever's going on in the present. So be grateful. Be grateful for all of your experiences, even the difficult and painful ones. Have an awesome Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. And I think I'll just be on time. I might be a little bit early tomorrow because then I'm going away for the weekend with the friends. It's going to be wonderful. Sitting around a fire, talking about whatever comes to mind, being in the silence, companionable silence. That is such a good thing. That's such a benchmark against which to measure our relationships, friendships, etc. Can we be in stillness together? I will have safe travels. Thank you, Barb. Enjoy your day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye bye.